Thank you for using Global Tel Link.
Hello, Felipe.
Hello.
Hey, we're on already.
What's up, big dog?
What up? What up?
Oh, are we? Okay,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah. Hey,
All
we're
right.
transitioning over. We just got done with court right now. The 8 o'clock court. It just finished
Okay.
right now. So shit, I just plugged you in right now. We got a few people listening in right now. So I want to go ahead and welcome Felipe
All right. Hey.
Ake to a brand new episode of You Have a Collect Call from. Hey, we just finished up court. We just seen what people go through. When they're going through the first initial appearance, and here's the aftermath when you end up in prison.
Okay.
Felipe, how are you doing tonight?
Bad, talking about aftermath, for sure. Sitting- yeah, for sure. The aftermath is you find your ass sitting here for 2 decades. You know what I'm saying? That's the aftermath.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, man, I'm doing awesome. Can't complain, man. I'm doing great. I went to y'all earlier. I made a rice bowl for Ricky and Robert. By the way, they all send a shout out, David, everybody, and Ricky said, "Be ready, man. Got about 14 days, maybe sooner." He said, "Be ready, James." He said, "He's excited. We just been getting it, man. We've been working out a lot. Like him and Robert go home the same, hopefully the same day or the second.
Yeah.
So us three, I'm gonna miss him, but I'm not gonna stop myself. But man, other than that, man, I'm doing good. I can't complain. Everything's on the same path that I'm on, man. I stay positive regardless of whatever wrench gets thrown my way.
Yeah.
As I've been through, a few trials and tribulations, and little things here and there that, but I've learned how to overcome them, and even now, I'm a little better. But other than that, man, I can't complain. And also, I don't mean to be rude. By the way, hello, my name's Felipe Jr. Philip, my last name is Ake. Welcome to all the listeners that maybe not know me. I've been on here for quite a while. Um, like I always share, I'm an open book. So yeah, I'm here at Centinela. I've been down 20 years. I got sentenced to 105 years. This is Jay's favorite part. 105 years to life with 8 months. That was a
That's a
the
cherry on
outcome.
the top right
That's the
there.
outcome of yeah, right. Yeah, that's the outcome. Right, that's the outcome of what happens with those court proceedings. They want to they emphasize 8 months on top of 105. You know what I mean? Like, God damn. But yeah, other than that, bro, I'm just posted up. What's up with you, man? What's up with the listeners? How's everybody doing this evening?
Hey, so let me read out some of these messages right here. So let me see. We got let me see. Corn Dog wrote for reals, and then we see we got Annie, and she writes, "Oh, bless him. Hope he's okay." We got Teresa, and Teresa
Yeah,
wrote
no,
2 decades.
This call and your telephone number will be monitored and recorded.
I gotta say something real quick. Hey, I gotta send a shout out, man, to that name and tip my hat, Corn Dog. That's what's up, dog. I like that name, Corn Dog. Hey, big Corn Dog. Like, man, that's just funny.
Right?
You know what I mean? But back in the day, man, those words meant like fighting words in prison and juvenile hall, and you know what I'm saying? Like, that's just funny that he would use his profile name Corn Dog. That's probably, that just shows confidence in motherfuckers. But yeah, 2 decades. I've been down 20. Yeah, I've been down 20.
Man.
Yeah, been down 20.
That's not. I can't even wrap that around my head. 20 years. It's man. That's 2 decades right there. It's a long time.
Yeah. Now right. The funny part about it that even my attorney and just my mom has said it to me before. Like, damn it, you still like haven't lost your mind. And I said, well, you can't. If you let this get you, it's gonna eat you alive.
Mm.
But regardless of all that I've been through and I've endured my whole life, I just I just had to accept it. I had to accept it and say, hey, you know what, I'm gonna make the best of it. Once upon a time I was straight fuck up, and I was hurt. And so I didn't know why I was hurting others, and then so started changing my life around, and was able to dig deep into my whole life, and go and hit that root cause of well, why am I this type of person? And you know, it was very difficult. It was very painful, but I could say that after I addressed it, that's when my healing started. And you know, here I am today, a different person, a different man, with a different belief system. Uh, like I'm so ambitious. Um, I'm very confident in myself today. You know, I've overcame, you know, all these hurdles and conquered myself again. You know, I learned how to love myself and not only love myself but forgive myself. And that was something very difficult that I didn't know was possible. But you know, here I am. You know, sober already 2.5 years, James. 2.5 years or exactly. Um, and you know, it feels good, man. I wake up every day feeling great, man. My regimen now is just like I go hard in my workout, like I'm in you know, great shape, and that's like my mo now. You know, my new high is just keeping myself healthy, on the inside and out. You know, the internal, external part of my life. You know, and living a post social lifestyle, even in here, and getting
And that's
myself
but
ready
that's
to
not
hit those
easy, right,
streets. You know,
Felipe?
so,
Like that whole change,
hell no, it's not easy.
because you're going against the grain. You know, everybody's dug it. You know, they're so used to
Right.
their ways, and you know, you come, you know, you're also, you know, you come from those ways, and then you try to switch it up, and they're like, hey, what's up with this vato? Thinking, well, you know, he thinks he's too good now.
Right. And right. And that's the difficult part. That was the whole difficult part. It took me what, almost 18 years for me to finally just change my whole life completely. You know, whole complete 360. Left everything alone. I don't use, I don't drink, I don't hang around gang members, I don't gang bang, I don't care about none of that. Like now I'm in college. You know, I'm trying to hopefully, God willingly, by the time I go home, I'll have my AA in sociology. I'm in Vogue. I'm in every South Up. I'm a facilitator now. I facilitate NA and CGA now. Um, and once upon a time, it was just like I used to look down upon it. You know, like what the fuck? This fools are weenies. Oh, them fools are soft. Or I'll be like, them fools are snitches and that. And it's not even that. Them fools are smart. Them fools, all those dudes that I used to say that about, guess where they're at?
They're
They're on
home.
the street.
Yep.
They're home. And I'm in here still, like a dumbass. And because I was too prideful and let my ego play into my life, that because I needed acceptance and I didn't want to be rejected because I was so insecure at the time that I used to try to make myself feel better by trying to bring these programmers and these dudes in school and doing things and board prepping and changing their life around. And I used to frown upon it just to make myself feel better because I was the one hurt and miserable inside while they're happy. And I used to envy it and didn't know that why. And so finally I said, you know what? I could do that. I want to be like that. And I just said, fuck it, I'm going to do it. And I started asking questions, and then I was embraced. And, you know, I wasn't judged. I wasn't, you know, and it felt good. And then I started learning about myself. But the hardest part for a lot of us, especially that our ex-gang members grew up with the belief system of that we have, we don't, you know, we're men, we don't cry, all this bullshit that was ingrained in us as kids. Like, all that's just bullshit. And now I know that. Like, man gotta be man, you gotta be tough, blah, blah, blah. Like, nah, man, a man or a woman can show feelings. It's okay. And now I understand that. But once upon
This call and your telephone number will be monitored and recorded.
So being in this environment, you have to be tough. You have to try to show like you're hard because if you don't, then like you said, James, people look down on you like, oh, that fool's weak, that fool's soft, blah, blah, blah. And a lot of times, a lot of us, because of our insecurities that we dealt with for so long, we used to take that as disrespect, which that was our belief that we made up on our own and say, oh, he's disrespecting me. So here we are stabbing somebody, fighting somebody, jumping somebody, you know, the whole bullshit that I used to want to do, you know. And now it's like, I don't even give a fuck what you think about me because at the end of the day, guess what? I'm on my way out on the streets. And you're going to be sitting in here with all these years because you still are so insecure and you need acceptance. You don't want to be rejected. You don't want to be looked frowned upon. I don't care about none of that today. And I'm so glad that I was able to do it and conquer myself again because now I can say, you know what? I'm Felipe. I'm Junior. You know, I'm a dad. You know, I'm a brother. I'm a son. I'm a righteous friend. You know, I'm a service to my community, whether in here or and I can't wait to get out. You know, I honor my victims every day with everything that I do today. Every single person that I've harmed in any way, shape, or form, with everything that I do today, that's to show that, you know what, my amends to these people that I know I've hurt in some way, shape, or form. Not only that, but the ripple effect that everything I did that caused a lot of people, because it's just not the person that we end up victimizing gets hurt. There's a ripple effect. There's a lot more. You know, it goes beyond just the individuals that were victimized. It could be the neighborhoods, families, even the law enforcement, paramedics, hospitals, their children. You know what I'm saying? Their children. You know what I mean? They're financially, mentally, you know, psychologically. Like it's a lot, and I understand that today. But it took a lot of work, and now that I understand it, I learned how to empathize. I learned how to have remorse. And you know, this is who I am today, man. And you know, I can say now that, you know what, I love myself. I don't no longer hurt myself. You know, I no longer hurt myself. You know, I'm very happy. I'm a happy person. I'm very humble, and you know, all I do is try to show grace to others now. You know, like I don't judge. I don't do none of that. And I'm doing it now, and preparing myself to, you know, hit those streets and continue to live the way I'm living. You know.
Yeah.
And not have to be like, oh fuck, I got to report, I got to go to the homies, and oh man, I'm out. What's up, dog? And let me get a strap and blah blah blah. Now, hell no, I'm cool.
Yeah.
I'm trying to get out there, James, and be like, man, where are we gonna go eat today? We're gonna eat some steak and lobster. I've never had none of that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
For real. I've never had none of that. Yeah, fuck Jack in the Crack. You know what I mean? Like, what kind of restaurant are we going to?
Right.
Yeah, I've never been to a restaurant, bro. Never been to a restaurant. Never had a step in. I never stepped a foot in a restaurant.
Fool, you never been to Sizzlers?
It's sad, bro. Not even Sizzlers.
You never
bro.
been to Damn.
Not even Sizzlers.
Yeah.
Yeah, not even Sizzlers. Man, not even Sizzlers. I've never even walked inside of a Denny's. Put it like that. I've ate from Denny's.
Yeah.
But it was always like the little hood spots and like, oh, I can't go over there because of this. Oh, fuck that. I don't got that worry no more. When I go home, I'm going to go everywhere. Cause I ain't that person. I don't carry myself like that. And that is not me no more, you know. But yeah, and it was hard, James. It was hard, you know. It was very difficult. I'm not going to say it was easy. It was a battle, you know, because like you said, in the environment that we're in, and for us living it for so long, and then be like, dang, and like, I don't want to look like this, I don't want to look like that. But once you get over that hump, you're like, man, I should have did this a long ass time ago, man.
And you think about it,
could have went home.
Exactly, yeah, that's what I was about to say. Like, you know, because they started letting people home, well, like about a little bit over 10 years ago. And man, if you would have been working on yourself back then, you could have easily been home now.
Man, I would have been gone. Yeah, I would have been going home last month. I would have went out of here. I went to board in March. I would have been walking out of here in the middle, early July.
Mm-hmm.
I would have been out of here, bro. I would have been a free man. But instead, I chose this to try to prove myself in here. And, you know, it bit me in the ass, you know. It is what it is. You know, my history bit me in the ass, but it's a learning experience, I'll tell you that. Now, I'll be damned if I'm going to ruin the second opportunity that I have now, you know, coming and to stay here longer for nothing.
Hey, Felipe, let me ask you something. I got a question from Teresa. She's coming in from the UK, from Britain. She's asking, what clicked after 18 years? What made you change?
You have 60 seconds remaining.
I got tired. Not only did I get tired, but I started seeing like a lot of good friends that I used to hang around with start going home, and I've seen them change their life, but my pride was still getting in the way, and I was just too the gang life was too ingrained in me that I made excuses for it. Like, I was making fast money, I was in here slanging, I was doing all that stupid shit. So, like, to me, I was like, I can still get out, but I'm gonna make money and blah blah blah. Like, nah, and that wasn't true. And I had to admit to myself, like, you're never gonna go home like that. In order for me to go home, I had to start telling myself the truth. Like, you know what? You have to stop your bullshit, and only one that can do it is you. And that's how I started doing it. It started like hitting me like like, damn, man, I'm sitting here already 18 fucking years. I'm about to go to 19, and I'm still being an idiot.
All right, so the call just got disconnected. Unfortunately, these calls they only last 15 minutes. They're unlimited. He can call as many times as he wants, but it's only 15 minutes at a time. So right now he'll go ahead and call back, and once he calls back, we'll go ahead and keep on going. And I'm gonna try to go through some of these comments. I know there's about 44 comments behind over here, but I'll go ahead and try to get through them. It's kind of hard, interrupting, when he's talking, trying to balance him speaking and getting to these comments. So I'm not ignoring you guys. I see the comments. I got two screens, that's why I keep on looking. I got the newer comments to my right, and then I got the older comments to my left, if you will. All right.
This call is now being recorded. You have a prepaid call from
Junior,
an incarcerated individual at the Centinela State
What up,
Prison,
G?
Centinela, California.
My husband and I would love
This
to help him
call
once
and
he's
your
out.
telephone number
All
will
right,
be
I'll let him know right
monitored
now.
and recorded. You have a prepaid call. You will not be charged for this call. To accept this call, say or dial 5 now.
Cinco. Oops, wrong phone. There we go.
Thank you for using Global Tel Link.
Hello, Felipe.
Hello.
All right, so let me see.
Yes,
let me
I'm here. So,
hold on. Let me read some of these comments right
here. Let me finish answering that question.
Handle.
Go ahead. All right. Want me to finish? Okay, so Teresa, what I was saying, and then that's what motivated me to change, and then having support. Like I found a good friend, and then next went from friendship to, we started a relationship, and it was motivating. It was always inspiring. I had good companionship, and then I started just meeting good people. And I landed in this prison. I left a level 4 yard, because level 4 yard here in California is the highest level yard, most maximum security yard, and all it is a bunch of bullshit. So it was hard to change my life around, because being around it, like there was no groups, there was none. Everybody was on the same tip, same mentality, until finally I was able to get out of there, drop my points, and I landed here in Centinela, and I started running into, a bunch of good dudes like Jesse, David, that I'd known in the past when we were fucking up, and that motivated when I seen that they changed, and I was just like, dang. And even when I first got here, I was still fucking around, and so I went out to court, and I knew I had a second chance, and I said, man, if I don't stop my shit, this is exactly what's gonna happen. I'm gonna end up being a bum on the street. I'm not gonna have nothing, and that's what did it. And then again, having that companionship and that was motivating. And so that was big, and it pushed me, and the uplifting and just being humanized is what really motivated me. It's unfortunate now, that it ended, but it's not gonna change me or take me back to who I was. If anything, I now am appreciative for having that one good person at one time, and I learned a lot. I became a different person. And you know what? It just drives me to keep striving today, regardless whether I have that companionship or not anymore. Like right now, I don't at the moment. Like I'm single or whatever. But that was one big impact in my life that actually was the reason how I started changing my life around.
Hey, thank you for answering that for us for Teresa. So let me read some of these comments right here. Let me see. Teresa wrote, "I'm glad he found himself. Now a new life can start, a new chapter in the book of life." Then we got a comment from Louis and I think it's Zai, and they write, "We love helping people out and get them situated." And they also wrote, let me see where else is right here. My husband and I would love to help him once he's out. Let me see.
Oh wow!
And then
who's that?
That's Louis and Zai. Yeah.
Oh shit! Where they at? Yeah, I would. I mean, if they can get on my tablet, I have contact with them, or any way I could keep in contact. That'd be cool, man. Oh yeah, anything that's what, and that's appreciated, man, for people to go out of their way like that. That means a lot. That means a lot, man. And from the bottom of my heart, man. Yeah. If there's any way that I can have some kind of contact with you guys, and yeah, that would be really appreciated.
So they're gonna shoot me their number,
I'm open to
and then I'll send it on over to you. you know, I'll send it to you through the
All right,
tablet
all right, all
to
right.
make that connection.
Oh, that's what's up, man. Yeah, that's what's up. Crazy how these things work, man. That's awesome.
Yeah. Let me see. I'm gonna go ahead and read some of these other comments here. We had a comment from Nicole. She wrote, so basically, he had to hit rock bottom. I guess in order for the
Pretty
change.
much.
Yeah. Let
Yeah,
me see.
pretty much. Yeah, pretty much. I guess you could say that was my rock bottom moment. Yeah,
Let me see. And
you know, rock bottom moment or my aha moment.
and then let me see. Corn Dog wrote. Corn Dog 602 Phoenix writes. Man, sucks. We have to learn the hard way.
Oh yeah, but I mean it does suck. But at the end of the day, I do now take it as it's a blessing because the life I was living, if I would have gotten out without changing, I would either came back or probably would have been 6 feet under. Honestly, the with the old mentality, just keeping it real, and so I take this time and now I look back at it and you know what, I am grateful for it. I really am grateful for it because I now I surround myself with nothing but positive individuals. Um, Doors have opened up to me by a lot of people, including James. James, my boy, who helps a lot of us out. And then look at this couple that I have never even known, but look at for some reason, look at how it works. And things like this wouldn't be happening if I was this new version of myself. And so, I am very thankful every single day, and I'm very appreciative of everything that I'm doing with myself. Like I couldn't say any more how happy and very, inspiring I am now with everything that I do with myself. And man, I wake up with fucking smiles every day. Never is it. I wake up and like, damn, I can't get out of bed because I need to get a fix and damn, like, nah, I wake up every day energized, like, what's up? What we got going on? Because I got to go to work. I got, right now I'm off to school to fall semester, but, I still in groups and, Monday through Friday I work, 8-hour shift, so almost 8 hours. So my whole day's gone. I come back. I 3-4 times out of the week I'm at groups. So my day's flying. I go to yard. I work out a lot. I keep myself in really good shape now. Like I treat myself, man, and because I deserve it. I beat myself up for so long, and now I cherish the person I am today.
Let me see. Let me read some of these other comments right here, Felipe. Let me see. And Louis and Za put, God put us on earth on this earth to help. And then Don wrote, "There's always a silver lining in every situation."
That's 100. That's 100. No, that's 100 for sure. And that's why I'm so determined today, man. I'm so determined, man, because, dude, all these trials and tribulations, all it did was build me. It built me to become stronger and become this person I am today. I really believe now that God, put things in my path and said, like, look, man, like I keep giving you chances, you keep ruining. I'm gonna throw another wrench at you. Hopefully you see it. And so finally, the light kick clicked on, and I was just like, damn, I was in a point in time where I wasn't a firm believer of any God or anything like that. And don't get me wrong, I'm not like all this.
This call and your telephone number will be monitored and recorded.
Like I do believe, and I do pray. And so today I am a firm believer of God, and I do pray, and I'm very thankful, man, because somebody was watching over me. I can say that much.
And I got a question from Nicole right here. Nicole wants to know, when does he get out?
Well, God willingly, I go back to board in two years, no longer than 2.5. However, I also have my appeal. That's fuck. I don't know if I told you, James. The attorney general conceded with my appellate lawyer's argument, so he agreed with that the attempted homicides were incorrect the way I was convicted. So, and in California, it's a 10% chance that any attorney general concedes. It's always denied. So by them conceding, I'll kick that door open. So now I'm just waiting. We're waiting to my attorney already filed a response, and it's probably going to get sent now to the Superior Court, pretty much demanding the lower courts where all the sentence that to dismiss those attempted homicides, and more than likely I'm going to get time served. So it could happen the end of this year or beginning or sometime next year.
Okay. And let
I
me
got
ask
to
you,
put out already.
so how was it that you were able to get back into court? Or was it something that did you have to pay a lawyer? Did you go to your library right there, your legal library in prison? How was it that you were able to, get that door cracked, to get the ball rolling on this?
I never gave up. I did it myself. I met this brother, it's African American, and Sad F. That was what we call in prison a legal beagle, and me and him became hella cool. And I told him share my case, and he's like, "Look, bro, I can get you in there, but I'm not going to do the work for you. Like you're going to have to stop your bullshit and make time and start putting in for law library. I'm always in there." And start going in there. I'll sit down with you and I'll guide you, but you're gonna do all the work. And I was like, bet. And that's how we did it. Like I started going to the law library, and he started showing me how to use the computer, and he started showing me how to look up cases, and then just by asking questions, and he started showing me how to format a motion. And I was like, you know what, I can do this. So I wrote it out. He just proofread it, corrected some of the things, helped me, attach certain exhibits and certain case law. And he's like, send it. And I waited a year, and they got accepted. And when they got accepted, I knew my appeal just got kicked open again. That door just got kicked open again because I was already denied from the first one. So I had no hope until that law changed that I was considered a youth, which was why I went to board in March of this year. And that's what gave me a second chance. But other than that, I didn't have no hope no more. My appeal had been denied in 2012, so I was pretty much spending the rest of my life in prison until all these laws started changing, like 2016, out here in California, and that's what helped me not only with the juvenile stuff because I was just 20. Well, I had just turned 20, and in California, you're considered.
This call and your telephone number will be monitored and recorded.
All the way up to the age of 26 because they say our brains are not fully developed until the age of 26. So that's what helped me get in board, which I just went in March and got it denied because of my past behavior. However, I still kept fighting my appeal and looking for things because I would read the case laws that kept getting passed every year, and one of it's a felony homicide rule that passed. That first they did it for just homicides, and then the following year it was for attempted homicides. And I said, you know what, I'm gonna take my chance, and I did it, and it got granted. They assigned me a lawyer, got granted. I waited almost 2 years. I went back to court. I got denied on resentencing, but it was all right because at the end of the day, I put so many things on the court record that I had an automatic appeal again, and that's how I was able to get in court. I did it all myself. And now I was assigned an appellate lawyer, and even that I'm blessed. This is fucking badass. And look at what's going on now. And I can say, man, that since I changed my life around, I can't say anything less than, man, nothing but good things been happening.
So, but right now, when you mentioned that you put so many things on the record, at one point that door was about to be shut, right? When you were in front of the judge, because from prison you went down to Riverside County Jail, right?
Oh yeah. Right. Went to San Bernardino, and I had an attorney. Yeah, right. Okay, so they signed me an attorney. The dude didn't want to fight for me. So what I did was I fired him, and I went pro per. I exercised my Pareto right, which is asking to represent myself. The judge didn't want to do it, but because I did this prior, like when I got convicted in 2007, when I got first convicted, I did my own pretrial motion. It got denied, so I learned a little bit there. I went pro per myself. And so I was still ignorant to the law, but as all these years went by, I started learning more and more. I started going to the law library, started asking questions, and I started learning a little bit more of the verbiage and things of that sort. So when I went back down to court and I knew this attorney wasn't going to help me, I said, no, you know what, Your Honor, I'd like to address the court. They allowed me to address the court. I said I would like to exercise my Pareto rights, and I would like to dismiss this attorney off my case. He's not helping me. He's not doing this. He's not doing that. And you know, it's my life that depends on this, and I think I could do a better job. And you know, they try to deter me from saying, hey, well, are you sure you want to do this? You know that you're going to be going at it against a professional district attorney that got over 20 something years doing it, and blah 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 blah. I said, I don't care. Like, I want to go proper. I'll go to the law library, and my whole headspace during that.
You have 60 seconds remaining.
Even if I get denied, I know that, you know, by me going to court, I'm gonna be filing all these papers and then talking, because it gets, you know, the stenographer's typing. So everything that I'm saying, I know it's gonna be on court document, and that's all with my intentions. And it's crazy because everything that I did, it's helping me now today in my appeal. But now that I have a good appellate lawyer that's actually doing it now I have an actual attorney lawyer doing all my work now on my appeal.
Hell yeah. Yeah. So I know the call's about to hang up right now. Go ahead and call back, and we'll go ahead and continue.
All right.
Let me see. We can't wait to help him out. Nothing but love. Hey, for sure. Hey, thank you. Highly appreciate that. And I'll go ahead and get that number to him as soon as we finish up with his calls. I'll go ahead and send it to him via the GTL tablet. And let me see. Dynamic DJs writes, these are trials and tribulations that we have to go through for God to get us our attention. I'm going to read that up to Felipe when he calls back right now. Hey, what's up, Kay? How's it going? And everybody else that's tuning in, highly appreciate you guys. If you guys haven't done so, please do so. Hit that follow button. It's free. Doesn't cost you a thing. And you know, tap the screen. That's it. You know, I don't ask for gifts or anything like that, but I do ask for follows and sharing and everything that's free.
This is Global Telly.
This call is now being
recorded. You have a prepaid call from
Junior.
An incarcerated individual at the Centinela State Prison, Centinela, California. This call and your telephone number will be monitored and recorded. You have a prepaid call. You will not be charged for this call. To accept this call, say or dial 5 now.
5.
Thank you for using Global Tel Link.
Hello.
Hello.
Yeah.
What's cracking?
All right, so let me see.
But yeah, that's how it happened.
Yeah, man. I remember. Yeah, that's something I do remember you telling me in your journey where you know where they didn't want you to speak out in court. You did that, and you know you shoved that foot through that door, and you know now it's it's looking like it's paying off now.
Right, and you know what's crazy? That the judge tried to shut up. Like, oh no, like, all right, shut up, Mr. Aki, like, be quiet. Like, all right, that's it. I was like, wait a minute. I just kept talking because I know they're typing.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, you're not going to shut me up. You don't want me to expose and put things on the record. I just kept going. I said, excuse me, Your Honor, I have the right to speak. I am my own attorney, and that's how I would respond to him. I was humble, you know. I was calm, collective, and I did it in a legal matter. And he had no choice but to, all right, well, go ahead. You have 5 more minutes. Yeah, okay. Yeah, let you tell it.
Yeah.
You know, that's how it happens. Because that's the thing that a lot of us don't know. We're ignorant to the law that are going to court, that, you know, we have the right to speak. But a lot of people don't know that. A lot of people think that, you know, the attorney, you got anything to say? Oh, no, I'm good. Nah, when you can get up and say, hey, Your Honor, this is what I'm feeling. This is what I don't like this. I don't like that. Like even if you do it in layman's terms, and these judges have to honor what you're saying. If not, it's on record. It's on record. It's on court transcript. And that's what that stenographer that looks like she's pressing any kind of button. That's what she's doing. She's typing your court transcript.
Yeah. And nobody, like you said earlier on, nobody's gonna fight for you. You know, better than yourself. You know, the you know, the public pretenders, the PDs.
Right.
You're just another
know.
file on their desk.
That's it. I'm another paycheck.
Mm-hmm.
Honestly, I'm just another paycheck. I'm another paycheck. It's rare when you do find some that really fight for you, know. But for the most part, you're just another paycheck.
No, yeah.
Like, move on to the next. You know.
Let me see. I'm gonna read out some of these comments right here. We got a comment from Dynamic DJs, and he writes, "These are trials and tribulations that we have to go through for God to get us our attention."
I agree. I agree.
And then let me see. Louis and Zai wrote, "I appreciate you for that. Like I said, all love. I wish him nothing but the best." So they went ahead and sent me their phone number. So as soon as whenever we finish up these calls, I'll go ahead and send you their info via the GTL tablet to make
All
that
right.
connection.
Okay.
Yep.
Yep. Cool. Cool. Thank you.
You're welcome. And anybody that's
And same thing
listening,
with anyone else that and right. Go ahead, Jane. I'm sorry.
yeah, anybody that's listening, if you guys have any questions for Felipe, feel free to you drop them in the chat, and I'll go ahead and relay those questions to him. And because I know a lot of people are curious about prison. Prison is a place that people want to know about, but nobody wants to go, including myself. So
Right.
if there's anything that you guys want to
Yeah.
know, just drop it in the chat, and I'll go and ask Felipe. As long as it's within good taste and respectful, then I'll go ahead and ask them. We don't need any questions about dropping the soap or any of that, because they don't even have bars of soap anymore in prison. It's all about body wash now.
Right. You better put a string on that motherfucker. You better put a string on that thing. But nah, and yeah, you know what? I've been open book, and also, for the record, if anybody that
This call and your telephone number will be monitored and recorded.
get to know more, even on a personal note, even as a friend or whatever, I'm open to. I am single, and like you can get on my tablet, or you can send James a DM directly, because I don't have access to the internet or whatever. Everything goes through the boy right here, through James, and he can relate to it. He'll send us the messages or phone numbers or whatever through the GTO app, or you can ask him how do you upload it and get on my contact, and then we could go from there. But yeah, I'm an open book, man. Like, one thing I do enjoy is sharing, my journey. And if there's anything that, any questions or, people that want to know that are intrigued by this lifestyle, like Jay said, man, I'm here.
Let me see. Let me read out some of those other comments right here. So Louis writes, "Tell him to start thinking of where he wants to eat once he comes out." Dynamic DJs writes, "I will keep my brother Junior in my prayers." And Nicole's asking, how is he calling for free?
Well, in California, the calls are free. And the state of California, Department of Corrections, all the phone calls are free. You can call out. You can call for free throughout the world. Put it like that. And it's free calls. You can call the Middle East for free. Yeah. It's a law that passed, I think, like in 2023, in January 2023 or 22, one of those.
It's been like 2 years.
The calls are all free.
Yeah.
2 years. Yeah, and then the emails we could text too. Like, if you were to jump on my contact, like, we could text, but those cost 5 cents each message.
Yeah.
But the phone calls are free.
Yeah, but they're limited to 15 minutes. Yeah. So he has access. So as long as the tablets are on.
They're 15-minute calls.
So as long as the tablets are on and they have internet access, he could make as many calls as he wants throughout the day. There is no restriction on it. It's just they're limited to 15 minutes. So that's why after every 15 minutes he has to call back, because it automatically cuts off our call, and then he has to call back to start off another one.
Yeah. And this prison here, a lot of prisons, it has a time, like normally like at 11 o'clock, they shut off the phone app. But this prison here, I can say we are fortunate, they don't turn the phone app off. So this phone app is on 24 hours, unless the tablet is down or the Wi-Fi is down and we can't use the internet, like James said. So yeah, we can use it, use this phone at all times if we wanted to. You do all kinds of things on this tablet. There's a law library on there, and that's where I'd be at the law. And there's what's called eDouble. eDouble is an app here that's all self-help, and it teaches you even education. It teaches you even like culinary arts, construction. It has a Christian curriculum. Like it has videos. It has all kinds of stuff. It's called though. It's all pretty much all like positive self-help stuff that's on that app. Then we also get certificates, and it gets recognized, by the courts and board. And then we have movies, music, sports apps, news apps, games. We have, the law library. We have calculators. We have dictionaries. Fuck, there's a lot of shit on here.
Don't you have LexisNexis too? No.
Yeah, we have LexisNexis. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we have LexisNexis on here. Yeah.
Let me see. Let me read out some of these other comments. You
don't even got to put in a paper to go to law library.
You got it right there on your fingertips.
Yeah. If you really want to fight for your case and want to get out, you have it all in your hands.
Let me see. I'm going to read off some of these other comments. Right. We got one from Don. Don writes, wow. Mel writes, I have hope for him. I want to see people change for the better. Let me see. Braden writes, hi. Let me see.
Hello.
And then Don wrote, at least they did something right, laughing out loud. And then let me see. Roddy wants to know, when is Junior getting out?
Well, I was originally I was sentenced to 105 years to life with 8 months. However, with all these laws that changed, that all changed. So I just went to board in March, and if I would have been behaving and knowing that this was going to happen, I could have went home already. I would have been home in July. I would have got found suitable in March, but because I was fucking up to barely at end of 22 and finally changed my whole life around, the recency of my behavior and everything else that I was doing in here, it was used against me and gave me a roadmap to come back within 2.5 years, and by then I should be going home. Also, though, I do have my appeal that I was just sharing that I did on my own and got myself back in court, and the Attorney General has conceded, which means he has granted and agreed with our side, and it should be getting sent back to the lower court, and asking the lower court to dismiss my attempted homicide charges. And once that happens, I should be getting time served because I've been down already 20 years, and I'll probably be walking out of here a free man. If it ain't by the end of this year, it's going to be either the beginning or sometime probably next year, probably for sure. But either or, one of those is going to happen. But I'm short now. Yeah, I'm short timing it now.
A ratito, give me a few minutes, okay?
The UK, is it still morning or night?
Yeah, it's the morning. My daughter just walked in. Let me see, Felipe. Let me see.
That's the princess right there.
¿Qué pasó? No, Teresa, she left.
Why?
Her phone, she had to charge her phone up.
Oh.
Yeah.
How did you know?
Because she sent me a message.
Oh.
Let me see, my daughter.
Please do not bend us, okay?
Let me see.
Hola.
Felipe dice hola.
Taki, taki. Hola, hola. Hi.
Hi.
Yeah, she's a trip. Let me see. Let me read off one of these other questions. We had a question from Mommy Heartless. She writes, "What is he currently reading?"
Papa.
See, Mama.
What do you mean currently reading? Like,
are you reading any books?
Not necessarily books, but like I'm always reading every day, like my 12 steps. I go through my CGA stuff. I facilitate Monday, Tuesdays, and Thursdays. I facilitate two whole groups of 20 inmates each class. So like I'm constantly doing that kind of stuff. And then in college, I just finished my spring semester, and I got an A in ethnic and racial studies, and I got a B on that one. I got an A on counseling 101. So that's what I do pretty much. And then I'm always in the law library on my tablet. I'm always in the law library looking for any updated cases for my case, and just looking for other loopholes that I write my attorney and let him know. And then I also read a sports app every day because I'm a sports fanatic. I'm into sports.
That's right. Let me see. We got a comment from Brittany Ann, and Brittany writes, "I bet the free calls improve inmates' mental health." I think it works both ways. I think it could be a good thing and a bad thing depending on how it's being utilized. Because I'm pretty sure there's a lot of wives out there that I
Right.
get annoyed when their husbands are blowing them
Oh
up.
yeah, right. Not
Yeah.
only that, but you have a lot of you see a lot of toxic relationships because you there's some dudes and and women that are just like James said, right here that are insecure and want to just be on the phone 24 hours a day with their woman and not let the woman.
This call and your telephone number will be monitored and recorded.
Like you got to be understanding. They're on the street, they got a life, and like some people that can't just be on the phone all day, which is understandable. However, if she's your companion, she'll make time. You know what I'm saying? And you can't be sweating her over everything she's doing, or vice versa. Like we're in prison, and I see that happen here with some females that meet a guy in here, or they have one, and they're all over their dude. Like, why is your light on? Like they don't understand that there's so many different apps on this tablet that always show your login when you're on.
His phone went dead. It happens sometimes. We should be getting the 1 minute
You
notification
have
right
60
now.
seconds remaining.
And that's what happens with these tablets. Sometimes they don't work.
Yeah, it's,
Okay, you came back in.
right. Yeah, that's what happens. While I was sharing, like a lot of females that meet someone in here, some of them are dealing with their own issues also, mentally, and they be tripping on that little green light, because it shows you're logged in. When a lot of times it doesn't necessarily mean you're on a phone or talking to somebody or emailing somebody. Like you could just simply be watching a movie, simply be listening to music, or if you're into like the stuff I'm into with self-help or the law library, like I'm all into all that, but there's a lot of girls that are insecure, and even men in here that deal with, well, why is your light on? You're talking to another female, or you're doing this, and it's just drama. Yeah, I can't do it. So it is a good thing and a bad thing, you know. It's
Yeah,
a good thing and a bad thing.
for sure.
Yeah, it's kind of hang up, I think.
Yeah. Yeah, I know the call's about to hang up. Go ahead and give us a call back, Felipe.
Papa,
See, Mama.
can I do this radio in the office?
Yeah.
But do I press this?
Yeah, press it. Let's see how it is.
Okay. And I'm going to put it somewhere quiet, okay?
Okay.
I'm just going to be right back just a second.
All right. So, hey, what's up, Samantha? How's it going?
Samantha?
Let me see.
That's her name?
Oh, yeah, somebody's name was Samantha on here. Uh huh. Yeah. All right. So we'll go ahead and wait for Felipe's next call. Let's see here.
This is Global
This call is
Telling.
now being
You have
What
a
up, Nate?
prepaid call from
Junior.
an incarcerated individual at the
trying to
Centinela
get away
State
from you.
Prison, Centinela, California. This call and your telephone number will be monitored and recorded. You have a prepaid call. You will not be charged for this call. To accept this call, say or dial 5 now.
Touch it.
Thank you for using Global Tel Link.
Hey, Felipe.
Hello.
Hello.
Monday.
Hey, so I got some pending situations right here with my daughter and my wife. So we're gonna have to wrap it up. But let me read out some of these comments before we go. All right.
Right.
Let me see here. So let me see. So Louis wrote, you can't tell him tell him I'll be up for a while for him to call. So I'll shoot that number right now as soon as we finish up this call. Let me see. Mommy Heartless wrote, very nice. Let me see. And then somebody's asking me, is 11 a court in an hour going to happen? Maybe. If I got some time, I'll come back on and jump back on. I've been online for a bit. Let me see. Nicole's asking, do you guys have to pay for the tablets?
No, we get free. It's free.
Yeah. Let me see. And then we got Samantha. There was Samantha. She wrote hi. We also got a hi from Nate. Hey, what's up, Samantha and Nate?
Same mine.
Yeah. So I think that's pretty much caught up with all the comments. Oh yeah, and we also got one from Louis. You got to stay away from that drama. Hell yeah. It'll really
Oh,
mess
yo,
you
no,
up.
Mando.
Yeah.
Yo,
Yeah. Yeah.
Mando. For all the new listeners, hi, I'm Felipe, and thank you for your guys' time. I know James has to wrap it up.
Oh, well, you know what? If you
When do you
want,
think James?
I could leave it running. Because it's a brand new call. We got 15 minutes. So if you want, and you could just share your thoughts with with the audience while I step away, and then as soon as I'm done, I'll come back.
Yeah. How can I know like what do you what like if they're asking anything or like what has anybody got any questions so we can start off?
Okay. So if they want to ask any questions, I'll read them off right now, and then I'll step away.
All right, bet.
So see, I'm waiting right now to see if anybody got a question for Felipe before I step away, so he could answer that question, or does somebody want to jump on a live? Uh,
Yeah, and yeah, jump on the live and we can we
do
can we can
voice
top we can
talk on
top it
here. So
up.
how do you do the live voice? Let me see. I don't know how to do that. Okay, Mel's asking when did he get incarcerated, and also Nicole's asking does he get paid for doing those classes? And another one.
No, we don't. No,
Let me do one more. And that's just Jojo writes. What are his dreams and aspirations? So I'm gonna step away and let you. Hopefully, you can remember those three questions I asked right now, and I'll be back shortly. Okay.
right,
All right. Handle.
all right. So let me start off with I got incarcerated October 28, 2005. Um, that was the night of October 28, 2005, and we went on this. At that time I was barely 20 years old. I was involved in gangs at that time. I was a little knucklehead. I was fresh out of the youth authority, and I still needed acceptance and didn't want to be rejected. So I was trying to make this name that I thought was gonna get me somewhere. Which now that the person I am today can understand that it was all bullshit. All that shit, all that life was all fake. Like none of that life meant nothing. All it did was ruin my whole life. But I got incarcerated October 28th, and then I fought my case all the way till July 3rd of 2007. That's when I was found guilty. I went to trial with nine homicide charges, attempted homicide charges with gang allegations and weapon allegations and possession of weapons. And so they found me guilty out of those nine. They found me guilty of three, and I was sentenced to originally to 105 years to life with 8 months. And in 2008, I got sent to state prison. Because when you're fighting your case, you're fighting in county jail. So 2008, I got sent to the California Department of Corrections, and I came in here with the mentality of a knucklehead still, and I was messing up. I was still involved with all the gang life, and you know, even in here trying to make a name and still being dumb. I started using narcotics and all this other shit. Started selling it in here. Started making money. I started doing a bunch of illegal stuff. Having cell phones and things that I know I wasn't supposed to be doing, but yet I still did it because I used to tell myself, "Well, I got life in prison. I don't give a fuck." Like that was the motto of my of my excuse to make myself believe, like, hey, you know what? I'm hard. I don't care. But deep down inside, I really did care. I ain't gonna lie. There was nights that I'll be, everyone's asleep. I'll be under this blanket and on my pillow, and I'll just shed tears. Like, damn, they just took my life, And like, I'm probably never gonna see the time of day. I honestly thought I would never see the time of day again. So I still had an appeal also, and then 2012 came, and I got denied all the way around. I had caught a shoe turn. I went on this stupid mission here, and I assaulted another person. That I ended up in the shoe. I did a shoe, and while I was in the shoe, I was ignorant to the law, so I didn't know what to do. So I just wrote anything on these court documents. I submitted to the court, not knowing anything that I did at that moment, and I just pretty much I ruined my appeal then, and they denied it, and I just said fuck it, you know what, this is me for the rest of my life. So I went ham, I really didn't care. I started getting involved in all types of shit, getting in trouble. I was catching batteries. I was fighting. I was you name it, I was doing it in here. And until 2016, when the laws changed here, where they considered me a youth, and I got a paper in the mail saying that I could be going to board in October of 2024. This is 2016, so I looked at it like, yeah, I got time still. Yeah, 2024 came fast, um, and I still was fucking up. So 2018, like I was sharing earlier, when I finally changed my life around, um, when I started changing little by little in 2018, I still was like slipping and sliding. Like I wanted to and I didn't want to. And then finally, after COVID, that's when everything hit me. And I said, yeah, I'm done with all this shit. And but at the end of the day, it wasn't too late. But based on the way the board process here in California looks at it, like they want a minimum of 5 years clean. They want a 5 year clean time from violence, and they expect a 3 to 5 year clean time from using any narcotics or whatever. And my history was horrible. My clean time was from 2021 from narcotics, and then my violence was 2022 was the last time I caught a assault battery here on this yard when I first got here, and I was still fucking up. I had one foot in, one foot out. Like I wanted to stop and change my life around, but then I had that pride and ego was, pulling.
This call and your telephone number will be monitored and recorded.
And telling me no, you're not doing that, you're not doing that. And so I still was dealing with these character defects that I didn't know how to that weren't addressed at the moment at that time like they are now, So I ended up getting a fight over the phone. This is before we had tablets. That 15-minute phone call in the gym room was always a problem. So I ended up catching a battery here, and then that was my last time that I've gotten a written up. So since then, since 2022, I've just been clean. I haven't gotten in trouble. But when I went to board last year, they went through all that, and they were like, well, obviously they told you in 2018 when you see your consultation that you had a chance of getting out here today, yet you still didn't care. Look at your history. They went over my history, and they denied me. They gave me a 5 year denial. But in the board process, if I'm YOP, a youth offender on youth offender parole, I go back in 2 years. I go in 2 years, max 2.5. And but like I was sharing earlier, with that appeal stuff that I got going on now, when I redid my case on my own in 2020 and got myself into court, I have an open appeal, which that's also even now that looks good, and that might bring me home either at the end of this year or probably next year. So I have all these good things going, and so like that's how I got busted. That's pretty much a little bit of my story. There's a lot more. If I don't know if I answered. I'm not sure who the one that asked. Now, as far as my ambitions, like I shared it earlier, like I'm in here in college. I'm in college in here, and I'm going towards my AA in sociology.
This call and your telephone number will be monitored and recorded.
I'm really hoping that I'm able to major and get my AA before I go home. If not, I still am gonna go out there and pursue. One of my goals is to start opening up transitional housing because there's not that many in California, and there's a lot of lifers that are going home that are trying to stay nearby their loved ones and their support network. And a lot of the places that are good are always packed. And so one of my goals is getting out there and start opening up more in certain areas that are actually good areas where people are gonna be willing to want to go so they can stay closer to their support network. Because if there's no bed to where you pick, they'll send you to some random ass one. Like me, I'm from Southern California, so like a few months ago, a lot of lifers that were going home were getting sent all the way to San Francisco. Like never been out there. They're from San Diego. Their transitional housing they pick with San Diego, but because San Diego only has a couple, and those beds are so packed, they don't have room. So wherever they have a bed, that's where they'll send you. So a lot of people are being sent in San Francisco. And it was like because when you prepare for board, you have to do a parole packet. You have to do a whole relapse prevention plan, and then a parole plan, and show the board like this is what I'm doing, this is what I got, this is my support network, like this is my job that I got lined up. These are all the things that I got going when I step out of here, and but and that's what they want us to do. But then they're like, but then if there's no bed here, like you're gonna everything that I wrote down as my parole plan. Now it's gonna do a whole 360 on it because now you're gonna send me all the way to San Francisco where I don't know nobody. So, like I've been working on that and here and looking into how to figure out how to open up more transitional housing. And I got buddies that are going home soon that are all in the same and with the same mindset that graduated from San Diego State University here and already about to go home. So, like he's already got a whole thing laid out there with another someone that started one out there that's willing to help him, and that's where my mind's at today. But that's what I got going for myself. I'm very open, but I am open to anything that gets thrown my way at the moment. Like
Felipe.
I know that I'm gonna be fresh out. I'm here.
All right.
I'm
Yep.
gonna be fresh out. So anything that gets thrown at me, I'm more than willing to accept it and go from there. Even if it's flipping burgers for the meantime until I get on my feet. Like I don't care what job it is. I'll take it at the moment just to start myself off, and then you know, build myself to do what I actually want to do. If that makes sense. If I answer your guys' question.
All right, cool. Thank you for that. Let me see. Let me see. Louis and Zaro. That's so beautiful, and even the story is beautiful. That's just Jojo Road. That's so amazing. He sounds like he wants to make the most of life. And let me see. Brittany wrote, "Yeah, yeah, you're back." Let me see. Louis wrote, "Well, hey man, I said you always have a place to come home. We will help you out. So I'll shoot that number. I'll make that happen. But I gotta go ahead and I'm gonna cut the call, Felipe. I got my wife waiting on me. So, but hey man, I do appreciate you. I appreciate everybody that tuned in, and we'll go ahead and tap in with Felipe sometime this week. Just hit me up either like tomorrow, and we'll make some arrangements to do some more phone calls with you,
All
Felipe.
right. Yeah,
Yep.
let me know. Yeah, let me know what time. Because I work, so we can go after work. Let me know what time, and then we'll go on there. And again, for anybody that might want to know, you can send James a DM. And he can,
You have 60 seconds remaining.
and we can go from there. For any of those that are interested and want to get to know me more on a personal level or whatever. I am open also.
For sure. For sure. Huh?
Thank you guys. Thank you for your guys' time. Also, I really appreciate it from the bottom of my heart, and I look forward to coming on here again and sharing more.
For sure.
You
Hey,
have a good night, James, and thank you as well.
hey, you're welcome. Like I say around here, life's like a candle. Once you blow it out, it's lights out. And with that, we're out. A rato.
Rato. All right, dog.
All right. Bye.
All right.
All right.